Oh, that is just music to our ears right now this time of year. Let's talk some football for the second straight week. The Blitz taking place on a Thursday, and tonight is week 2 of the high school football season.
There's a lot going on across West Michigan. You know our crews have you covered. Bakita and Book are joining us live from the game of the week with a preview. Guys.
Well, our game of the week is Mona Shores and Rockford here at Carlson Munger Stadium. Brett, boy, this is a pretty good rivalry in recent years. They played 6 years in the mid-2000s or the mid-2010s, and they split their 6 meetings, and they both looked really good last week.
They did, and you're going to see a lot of weapons offensively on the field, but defensively, we'll get into this a little bit. 2 of the best defensive coordinators maybe in the West Michigan area going head-to-head with a chess match tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. When you look at the last 6 meetings, though, this is how good this rivalry has been. 3 apiece. And usually the team that wins scores in the 30s. You and I were debating on our radio show this week what's going to happen, because you got Dave Check from Mona Shores on the defensive side. He was the defensive coordinator for Dan Rowan at West Catholic with those great state championship years. He's well proven. He's been doing this for a while. And Mr. Vanderveen, he basically was here when they named the Ted, right? He's done a great job here, Rockford defensive coordinator. He stayed on from the Ralph Munger era, and these guys love tonight because it's stopping quarterbacks, it's stopping athletes and weapons in space.
Bean's not that old. I feel like it was only like 10, 15 years ago he was starring at Creston. All right, our Blitz Battle Night's super special, right? We got West Ottawa Stadium opening, and I was out there on Tuesday. This place is amazing as we get some aerial views of it from earlier this week. Portage, Northern, West Ottawa, both teams want to know, but to me, Brett, this is really about getting a look at that new stadium and getting a game played in there.
It looks like a college stadium, doesn't it? A little double-decker. I love that feel. We're so blessed here with some great stadiums. You know, I remember when the TED was built. Now it's been expanded, the Jumbotron, the locker rooms to our left. And, you know, West Ottawa was the one that everyone was waiting for. You know, still playing on the natural grass field for so many years. I remember watching my brother play back in the mid-'80s on that field. And so they've been waiting this for a while. Very excited. I'm so happy for Pat Collins, too. What a way to get excitement around the program after they really hit rock bottom. I mean, hadn't won for 2+ years. He comes in last year, first year 0 for 9. Had to change things around a little bit. They get the win at Northview last week, and now going into week 2, they get to christen a beautiful stadium.
Well, and both coaching staffs are year 2. Kirk Twitchell coming in at Portage Northern, and they were 3-6 a year ago, but both got wins last week, so impressive. All right, this is a game we both really like. In Muskegon, you got Oak Ridge at Catholic Central. They played in week 8 last year. Great game. Crusaders pulled it out 30-28. Tonight they meet in week 2, both coming off big wins a week ago.
Yeah, it's our Lakeshore game of the week. You want to listen on 107.9 MUS. We'll be out there with the call. And, you know, last year MCC pulled out a tight one, but you look at the tradition of both these programs, the fan bases and stuff. I love that they play this game. It's like a playoff atmosphere. Here it is in week 2. And I tell you what, Brian Convertini, remember that name, assistant coach's son on Steve Zerwin's staff for Muskegon Catholic Central. Big physical kid, only a sophomore, just kind of fits what they like to do, ground and pound a little bit, MCC, old style, Notre Dame type of football. And then on the other side, Muskegon Oak Ridge, Matt Danachek throwing it around a little bit for Oak Ridge. They were very tough defensively. I was impressed with their score last week, how they handled Sparta with a very good quarterback, 30-14. Their defense was outstanding.
Well, these two teams are very similar in that they'll both pack it in and run some full house double tight, but they'll spread it out too as well. So you love it when teams can be multiple the way those teams are. It's going to be a great game. We're hoping to have a great game here tonight, Mona Shores and Rockford. Brett will have the call on 96.1 The Game at 7 o'clock. And, of course, we'll be here for all the highlights on the Blitz after Purdue and Penn State tonight. So we're going to be on a little bit late, but we'll still have our full 40-minute show with highlights, reaction, and analysis. We'll be back in an hour. We'll look at some more games, but for now, we'll send it back to the studio.